This is chemical.
Alright guys, thank you for coming back. We're just going to continue on with where we left off in the last episode. We're going to be heading towards the trader. Might lose a little bit on the way, but you know, it is what it is. We're going to be getting there. Again, as I said before in the last video, I am doing a post-recording commentary right now because this is still sections of this is still messed up, so we lost all of the audio that came from me. But as I said, we'll be working through and seeing the best we can. One of the best things about Arma 3 in comparison to Arma 2, and you guys will see it here, distances on foot don't really bother you as much. You run a little bit faster in Arma 3, and it makes a nice difference when you don't have vehicles around. You can cover a couple kilometers without even feeling like you're doing too much. I think it has something to do with the fact that you can holster, and it's a good thing. Today's episode, we're going to be, of course, heading to the trader and showing you everything there is to do with the trader. Today's episode is going to be a little bit longer, of course, because once we get there, you're going to see there is a lot going on at these traders. It's one of my favorite places on the map right now because of the fact of how well they've done the traders. As you can see, as we're passing through everywhere, it lets you know what cities you're in. That's not something that's new to Arma 3, but it is something that is still very much welcome. It's a good, comfortable feeling from the Arma 2 for the Arma 2 players as you enter from city to city. Looks like we got a Huron over there. It'd be the Arma 3 version of the Chinook. It's a little bit more armored and kind of cool looking. So it looks a little more stealthy. It's like if a Huron had a baby with a stealth bomber. Right? Again, as with anything, any kind of extra loot we find on the way to the trader is always going to be a good thing. We're going to be able to be selling that loot, and there is loot literally everywhere. As you can see, it will, as I said in the previous video, it will tell you when the loot spawns. Now, little heads up, as it is right now, once you see the loot spawn message, you're going to want to stick around that area for a little bit, because it doesn't spawn instantly everywhere. It phases it in, which I think is how they've decided to fix the lag. It is just a theory on my part, but it seems to be doing really well as these servers are not laggy at all, especially with the high load that they're under. As you can see, there's not many scenes that we hear that we don't at least hear gunshots or something to that effect. Yep, see, there we are. We got some gear right over here. Looks like we got an IR scope right there. Not a fan at all. I mean, I guess we'll go ahead and we'll grab it, but only to possibly sell until we find something better. Oh, see that over there? Got some food over here. Again, as I said before in the previous video, food and drinks are essential. The second you see them, you grab them. They should take up they should be a main priority for your inventory. Let's see here. Once loot oh, look at that. We're gonna have another gun. I don't need it per se, but it is gonna be something I can put in my backpack and I'll be able to sell at the trader, which we're already heading to. These are good things, of course. Money is something that is going to solve a lot of your problems. As of right now on the test server, every item in Arma 3 is available for sale, which means this is going to be customized by the server owners. There we are. Never hesitate. See a water bottle, pick it up. But this is going to be the traders are going to be customizable. But in the current setup, the more money you have, the more access you have to any item you could possibly want. This is a good thing. I'm not going to pick up those clothes right now because my backpack space isn't big enough. But clothes are a really great way of making money, as they do supply you with quite a bit. They have pretty high sell prices. Looks like we got some more food over here. And we're going to go ahead and skip that. We are going to go right for the food. Probably want to go inside, seeing the loot spawned out here. There's a chance. Looks like we got another outdoor pack, as we tested on the previous episode. Not going to be better than the current backpack we have. Now there's a prize. This is called the kit pack. It's the second biggest backpack in the game. You'll see once I switch it out real quick. the size difference. It is near maximum. The only thing better than a kit pack is a carry-all. So we're we're gonna want to definitely take that. Now with that, we can fit a lot. If you look, you can see just the sheer size difference. That pistol takes up almost no space in the kit pack. That's going to help us a lot in a few different ways. It's going to help us when it comes to the building later down the line, because a bigger backpack allows us to hold more supplies while we're crafting. We're going to go ahead and holster. These buildings, I've always had pretty good luck finding food and whatnot. Looks like we actually just got a smoke grenade. Smoke grenades in this game are just as effective. Oop, gonna go back inside. Don't need to draw attention from a helicopter right now. Not this close to the trader. I'm gonna go ahead and keep moving on. Pushing our luck. As I've said before, the trader is located at the main airfield. Well, it's more of an airport than an airfield. It's it does have some military loot around it, but it is the trader is at a terminal setup at the airfield. The reason they chose this location, in my personal opinion, is it's one of the few places in the map that can hold the sheer number of traders that are that are included in this mod. There's traders for everything, and it is a very good thing. Something that Arma 3, other Arma 3 mods such as Epoch have gotten wrong. They've pushed everything into each trader selling everything and buying everything. It is a huge hassle because nothing is really all that organized. The only respectable trader systems in Epoch are ones that are created by scripters, which are, of course, not as smooth as the system as the base system that comes with Exile. Seeing the plain and simple fact that the trader system is currently in Exile was made specifically to work with the server. Just gonna keep heading in full speed. See if we can see terminal. As it said, that means we're very, very close to the to the trader. Let's go ahead and get in here. Waiting for the message that's coming. You'll see it in just a second. Come on now. We're almost there. There it is. That message shows that we are now in God mode. Now, don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean you can relax, because like with any mod out there, you know, you don't want to run in front of a car just because you're in God mode. You got to be careful. But it is God moded to protect players to an extent while they're trading and whatnot. This is pretty standard with most mods of this sort because, well, let's be honest, we don't want to be stressed out. Actually, let me come back here. I'm going to start showing you right from the beginning. What's going on here? We got some NPCs on the rooftops overlooking. They don't really have a purpose. It's just a really cool aesthetic feel. Again, and it goes along with the attention to detail. Right here, you see this guy right here seemingly working on this car? That would be the vehicle trader. I think it's one of the coolest things that I've seen. When you open up the trader, you have options of seeing everything out here. You can go from vehicle to vehicle. It tells you the storage, the price, the mass, pretty much it gives you all kinds of information about it. The fuel capacity, big deal when you're talking about driving long distance. Altus is not a small map. I went ahead and paused that for a second and came back. I was getting a little tired of those Skype messages. Sorry about that noise, guys. We got it turned off now. We won't have that issue anymore. As you can see, as we're going through the trader, there is quite a few vehicles. There's a lot of varieties of like hatchbacks. Hatchbacks, not my favorite. They tend to get me killed a lot more. Hemet, it's going to have a lot of storage. Tempest, it's going to have a lot of storage. They're not as fast, but they're basically like armored tanks. You can run a lot of stuff over with these vehicles. We're going to be definitely probably wanting to pick up one of these Hemets. I'm always a fan of the Hemet before we leave. Either that or we're going to pick up a helicopter. I haven't really decided yet. Depends on where we want to go to base. I don't want to spend an entire restart doing nothing but driving. If we go straight over here, we have another cool addition with this mod. This is the vehicle customs. Vehicle customs are essentially paint jobs, and I imagine they're going to be putting other cool abilities to customize vehicles, but it's just a cool little added detail. If you want a different color car, you maybe in the future they'll let us paint our own cars with our own skins. I don't know, but like I said, there's some really cool features. If you look, you see that QR code. If you were to take out your cell phone right now and scan it, pause the video and scan that, it would actually open up a link straight to the wiki in the vehicle custom section. It's a technology that's been around for a while, but I like the fact that they've integrated something like that into the trader system. Because of the simple fact that instead of searching through the wiki one page at a time, you can go ahead and just jump straight to that. See this fuel tank right there? That fuel tank will auto refuel any vehicle if you're just near it. It's like that with all over the map. Over here, we have a fantastic concept. This is the dump. The dump will buy all your items in bulk, including the vehicle itself if you want to go ahead and sell it too. This guy is going to save you so much time when it comes to cleaning out your safes, cleaning out your boxes that you've been hoarding for a long time. You need to make some money. You need to convert it. This guy is going to be the guy you go to. You can sell it to individual traders, absolutely, but he is the easiest person to go to. Like I said, I can see myself using this trader all the time because I am nothing but a hoarder when it comes to gathering up supplies, and I'll make a trip in here. Is that trash can smiling at me? Just the first time I've noticed that trash can is giving me a winky face. It's a little creepy, actually, but hey, whatever. But yeah, okay, back on topic. We're gonna go and head inside and see more of the traders. Again, there's a view of one of the off-roads right here. I personally do like the look of the more modern vehicles. So obviously, a guy sitting there wondering why I'm giving him a long look, but we're gonna go ahead and move inside. It's a little quieter in here without the rain. It's a little drier. We're going to go ahead and move over here. First trader that we're going to run into inside is the food trader. Again, the QR code is there. A simple... Oh, look at that. Water bottles. Essential. We're going to go ahead and grab every single one of these. Somebody obviously didn't want them. We will take them. Wonder if they knew about the ability to fill those water bottles back up. Again, QR code like I was saying just now. Gonna go ahead and want to use that. Now, with these water bottles, if you look right over here, we're gonna go ahead. See the little water tanker right there? Wait a second. This is where it's difficult to commentate after the fact. I'm not quite sure what I was doing. Looks like we're gonna give the trader a little bit of a look. Inside the trader, he sells everything that is food and drink. Some of the items can be paired into into other items. Again, with anything else, you can see my items on the left. You can sort it out by what's in each pack. So one of the best things about these traders is the ability to sort through them. I'm a huge fan of this because I can sell from specific items. Some of the best scripts in A2 had something similar to this, but this is considerably more streamlined. You'd be able to just sell what's in your backpack, just sell what's in your main uniform. Obviously, we cannot sell items that this person doesn't sell to us. We're very specific. Like, I could sell that. I'm not going to sell it, of course, because of the plain and simple fact that food and drink is something I'm always going to want, so I'm going to go ahead and keep that on me. Now, when you select the items for purchase, you can get a preview on the right side of exactly what they do. Obviously, anywhere from food to drink to beer. Blood alcohol level is also a thing. We're going to go ahead and cover that on another day, because I don't think we need to get all blurry-eyed and drunk while on our screen while we're trying to play the game and show you what's going on. But like I said, food is more based on the Arma 2 concept as it is on the Arma 3 concept. I like the fact that the food gives me health. I like the fact that the water gives me hydration. The health over time from the food is something that I have missed in Arma 3 because I was so used to Arma 2. Again, beer, I'll probably dedicate a nice little short episode to just getting absolute wasted to show you how that goes. Energy drinks, I'm actually sitting here sipping on one now while we go over the video. Again, it all comes down to the amounts of restoration. We're going to want to pay attention to that. There are obviously going to be better deals for your money. Hopefully we'll get to the point where we don't have to buy too much food and drink from the traders. But until we get there, we're going to want to be getting the best deal for our money. Let's go ahead, and as you can see, we can separate it down and say it's going to be more essential on other traders. Now it looks like I think this is where I was originally intending to cut it, and then we're back again. I wanted to go ahead and show you something really cool. Those water bottles, they were sitting on the ground. I don't know if the person who dropped them knew exactly how to use them, because the plain and simple fact is there is absolutely no reason to drop water bottles on the ground with this water container here. It is one of the approved containers. If I go in and find a water bottle, double click it, and hit that recipe button, dirty water, double click on that, and we will see the fact that we are going to meet the recipe as I sip on my energy drink. The recipe shows that we need to be near a water container and we need a water bottle. We meet the requirements. Now we can craft dirty water, which again can be purified with a fire. But best thing about this, if you notice the trader, I can select I have 7 water bottles, which means I can fill 7 at the same time. I'm not wasting time with different animations. I just made 7 bottles of dirty water right there. Good to go. We lose a little bit of health with them, but all you have to do is balance it out with a little bit of food, which you're going to want to eat anyway, and you're all set. If you want to use it, of course, you're going to double click on it, and you can hit that consume button. That will get us going. That'll give us some more hydration. And like I said, the downside of the dirty water is you do lose a little bit of health, but not that much, in all honesty. It's not too bad. I'm going to save that for a little bit later. But again, trader, and a first little look on the craftable items. I'm going to go ahead and pick myself up a little bit more food, because food and water are so essential. You want to have a good bulk amount of it. I believe the barbecue sandwich is probably the best deal, so I'll probably end up picking up some of those. Yep, purchase 1. See how it pops up and lets you know? It is a fantastic system. Spamming it doesn't do much. It doesn't register the fast clicks. Now, if I go back in there and slow it down just a little bit, you'll see what I mean in just a second. Now I'll go click on the same item and click it, and then click it again and again. If you slow it down just a little bit, it does allow you to purchase quickly. Alright. Going to be looking at some more traders. Just going to go ahead and go in here. Another trader. Again, one of those details that's just so good. He's sitting up there on the table. Very cool look. This is the hardware trader. Essentially the building supplies, if you're familiar with Arma 2. We got anything from safes to tents to other various building items that are going to be really useful later down the line. Some items you cannot buy here that you have to find in the world. I kind of like that, you know. I don't want to just have one stop to get everything. I do want to be looting. I'm a big fan of looting. I always have been in all my games. That safe, we'll get to that later. I've used them before already in this mod, and they're fantastic. Over here, equipment is just that. Everything that can be worn. We're talking hats, to helmets, to fatigues, to backpacks, to harnesses, to binoculars, to rangefinders, all of this stuff. One of the things we're going to want, I'm going to go ahead and purchase this, is that box of matches. Hard to find. I've never found it in the real world, and it is so useful. That cooking pot's also just the same. It's going to be useful. These are essentially heal kits. While food is great, this heals a lot very quickly, and so we're going to want to grab a few of these. Always good to have these, because once you get hurt to a certain extent, you break a leg or something, you're not going to be a happy camper. You're going to be wasting a lot of time. Like I said, you can grab just about anything from here. It really does have a full section. I'm sure when the live servers come out, these are going to be considerably more customized. Again, I don't feel the need to purchase anything for myself. I'm pretty well set up. We're going to go ahead and come over to the armory. Just with the equipment, it's pretty explanatory. The armory is everything weapons. We're talking weapons and ammo. You can really buy whatever you want right now. Again, this is going to be just as customized. You can separate it out, or you can just go to a list that has everything. Alright, see these buttons over here to the left? See how we have certain weapons over here. We're going to go ahead and be able to jump into different bags. I'm going to go ahead and start selling off a few things. There's no reason for me to keep this. You notice it sells right out of my backpack, and it makes a little bit of extra money. There's no need to have all this. I'm going to check all my different packs. I don't need to really have excessive amounts of ammo that I'm not going to use. Those are for the other handguns that I'm no longer even using. And there's the actual handgun itself right there. And go. Made a little bit of extra money. We're going to go ahead and move over here. This guy is the Special Operations. This guy sells everything. That's pretty much OP and very cool. This is one of my favorite traders. I look forward to using a lot of what he has. Of course, the flares and smoke grenades aren't that exciting, but stuff like the UAV terminal, the UAV bag, send up a little drone up into the air to spot for you with thermal sights. The movable machine guns. I believe the current setting is it takes 2 people to move them around, but you can place a machine gun down on the ground and use it to defend your base, or take it out into the field and use it to assault another base. We have explosives, we have rebreathers, we have so many options here. These are all the special items that are not needed in everyday combat, but a lot of fun to use. I will definitely be making a lot of good use out of this trader. Okay, now coming out here, we're going to take a look at another trader. This guy is the aircraft trader. As with the other vehicle trader, you get a nice little preview with all kinds of information on them. You get all kinds of helicopters, and of course the really, really terrible Cessna that has killed me more times than I know. I promise you I'm not a terrible pilot. I'm a terrible pilot. But no, helicopters are fine. That Cessna is just evil. We're going to go ahead and look through here. We can pick out any of these helicopters. They have all kinds of cool options to them. I'm not going to buy one right this second. I do want to go over and show you over here, just like with the car vehicle vendor, the ground vehicle vendor, we have a a vehicle air vehicle customs. Looks like my drink went down into the red. It hits red when you go 25% or lower. Went ahead and drank a little bit. Gonna drink another one to get myself up. And then I'm going to go ahead and eat some food to balance out the fact that I just lost a little bit of health for drinking the dirty water. All good to go again. Looks like we're going to come upstairs. Actually, no. I want to go ahead and take you over here and take a look at the custom aircraft dealer. Same as with the ground vehicles. This is paint jobs, essentially. Very cool concept. Maybe you want a bright pink Huron. Maybe you want a blue little bird or a hummingbird. Maybe you want to repaint the really, really rusty Cessna so you're in style when you crash it. It's a very cool concept. It's one of those cool little detail things that I really appreciate. Going up here, this is one of the things that's very unique, this next trader. This is the office. This has oh, look at that. Fail. We should not be having any kind of console games in a PC game world. That needs to get out of here. Say no to that. PC Master Race all the way. Alright, back to the trader. This guy handles a ton of really, really cool things. This is the guy you would go to say you want to start a clan. This is the guy you'd go to say you want to set a bounty on somebody else's head. Some of these features are not implemented yet. And this is also where you go for territory claim. We're going to be testing this out a little bit later. I believe this is essentially Arma. This is Exile's plot pull system. I am not sure of this. We will most certainly take a look. I purchased a 45-meter flag. I imagine it's a 45-meter radius from that flag will be mine. We will check that a little bit later. Again, I'm going to take it with me, so if we get going on our base, we can give that a good test out. Again, this trader's going to obviously have a lot of the cool features that only Exile has. I'm really excited about checking this out. Looks like we're going to go ahead and jump into the map and try to find ourselves somewhere to go. Where to go? Where do we want to build? Need somewhere some industrial loot. I still need to get myself an axe, one of the few items they don't sell here. That looks good. Let's go ahead and make this our future base right here. Let's give it a shot. Go ahead and set a waypoint. There we go. And it's a little far away, so let's go ahead and go downstairs and buy ourselves a helicopter. I think I'm going to go ahead and get us a little bird. They're fast, they're maneuverable. They're all the same price right now. I'm sure that'll change when it's specific servers. But a hummingbird will probably be the best way to go. As we get this purchase, I'm probably going to cut the video. We've been running a little bit long right now. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode as we head and try to find a base location. See you in a bit, guys.